in proportion. It says that an aircraft carries 2,880 liters of fuel distributed in the three tanks in a ratio 3 to 5 to 4. You need to find the quantity in each tank. Now, let me get this thing here. To find the quantity in each tank. This is what you call a pretty straightforward question. Very easy to do. So let's get to it. Well, the total number of parts. Yeah, you look at the ratio, and it's 3. You add them in this case because those ratio represents the how the fuel is divided, and so we add them in this case. Now you're going to end up with 12. Yep, so the whole will be 12. Now in order for you to find the amount for each part, now you're gonna have to divide that 2,880. That is what you're gonna have to divide by 12, right? So that will give you the amount for each part. So it's 2,880. You're gonna divide that by 12, and that would give you, yes, that would give you 240. All right. Oh, my answer is kind of quick because I've already worked it out elsewhere to make sure that you guys learn to work this out. If, for example, you don't have a calculator, you should be able to work these things out still. Let me give you a quick run through. 12 into 12, 1. 12 into 28, that would go 2 times, and that would be a remainder of 4. And then you'd have 12 into 48, and that would go 4 times. And then 12 into 0, that's 0. And that's how you end up with this 240 here, I think. Well, you'll be allowed to use a calculator in the exams. Lucky you, but you still need to know how to do a couple of these calculations from time to time. So there you go. The amount for each part will be 240. Now, you need to find the quantity in each tank. So the first tank, right? There was what you had there was 3. Yeah, the first ratio is 3. So you're gonna use that 3 to multiply the 240. So you're gonna have 3 times 240. The second tank, you're gonna have, what else now, is 5 times 240. And the third tank, you're gonna have 4 times 240. Okay, so there you go. Okay, there you go. Instant answers. Of course, I cut that part out. I had to work that out and then write them down and stuff like that. But for your benefit, I just write them in quickly. You need to go check this thing over. You need to go play this video over. You need to go check your notebook. So make sure you understand this thing properly before you go to the exam. Now let's go to our second. Remember that. Right. Let's go to example 2. Here it says the refueling station. The refueling station, the Cayman Airways, divides some fuel among the tanks, and that's in the ratio 3 to 4 to 5. The highest share, here it is 1,200 liters. How much fuel is shared? Now be very careful with a question like this, because you may have the tendency to work it out just as you did with the first one. There's a slight little twist to this one, because I sort of using back the question because I need to show you something, a particular thing here. It says that they gave you the ratio, that's it, and then the highest share. Now it could be the middle share too, and it could have been the smallest share, but in this case it's the highest share, and that is 1,200 liters. And now they're asking you how much fuel was shared. How much fuel? Not asking you to share it out already. Fuel has already been shared. So what do you do? Okay, well, first of all, you need to know that since the highest share is 12,000 liters, then we could say then that the highest ratio, that is 5, right? And that too will be equal to or proportion to 1,200. That's the highest share. So this ratio actually represents the highest amount, the highest share. Remember, the fuel has already been shared. So that high ratio there, that 5 represents 1,200. Cool? All right. Now, the next thing is to find what the total amount is. That total amount, you can call it X, right? Let's call it X. It could be Y2 or Z or whatever. Anyway, you're going to make that. And let me put a little reminder here. That's the total fuel. Cool. That's what you want to find. And in order to get the total fuel, you would have had to add, need to find the ratios that would add up to that. You just simply add the ratios in this case. Wait. 3 plus 4 plus 5 to get the full amount. So all the ratios, all the shares would have, when you add it up, you'd have gotten 12. And this 12 represents the total amount, the total fuel. You see? So the next step you need now is to make sure that you understand that 12 that you get here represents the total amount of fuel. Now you're ready to do business, right? You can set it up as an equation. So you could have, for example, you could have 5 over 12, and that is equal. All right, so there we have it. The 5 is 1,200, and you draw a line here, and that is over X, which is the total amount. Now, the next step is for you to do what they call cross multiplication. Now, for those of you, we have done this in class, so it's just a matter of remembering. Cross multiplication occurs like this. Use what's in the denominator here to multiply the numerator on the right hand side of the sign. You can go both ways, but there I have the red arrow showing it what you need to use, and this is how it works. It's really a shortcut still, but it works, and I'm quite comfortable with it just now. Anyway, you're gonna have 5 multiplying that x, or that x goes to multiply the 5, so it becomes 5x, and that's equal to 12 times 1,200. Alright, now we don't have to probably go through all of these steps, but putting it here, 5x equal to 12 times 12. 12, that's 144. Come on. Alright, and add these zeros here. Good. You end up with an equation again. Again, I'm emphasizing the fact that equations, you can't get away from algebra. A mastery of algebra will help you a great deal in math. So here you go, you have another equation. Yes. So here you're going to have to solve that equation now, and here we go. It's 5x is equal to 144. I have a lot of steps here still, but it's really just for you to get a better understanding still. You're going to divide through by 5 here, divide through by 5, 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 5, 1 here, 5 to 14, that goes 2 times, is a remainder of 4, and you say 5 into 44 goes 8 times, and that leaves a remainder of 4. Then you say 5 into 40 goes 8 times, and then 5 into 0 goes 0. So you end up with 2880 liters, and that's the amount of fuel that was there in the beginning. You could just scroll, you could just go back to the previous question where we had dealt with it, and you'll see that that's a proof really that this answer is correct. So again, send in your comments, and you can always replay anything you don't understand. Please let me know. All right, see what I can do in the limited amount of time that we have. All right.